So, how to publish your book on Amazon and set up your KDP account. I'm Aurora Winter, the author of Thought Leader Launch 7 Ways to Make 7 Figures with Your $1,000,000 Message. And I'm going to show you how you can navigate around KDP so that when it comes time for you to publish your book, it will be much easier. Okay, so you will log on to you will create your own KDP account on Amazon. kdp.amazon.com is where you'll start. I've already obviously got an Amazon account, so I'll just start right here. And I actually use a different login email than for my purchases on Amazon, just to keep my business and personal separate. You may wish to do the same or not. So I just sign in here. And oh no, it's asking me for two-step verification, which is a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. Let's pause for a second. All right, so it just was asking me for my authenticator. So I put that in, which you might want to have an authenticator app too. It's really great if you're working with another number of people. The authenticator app changes the password all the time. Okay, so then you will enter your author or publisher information here. You don't want to use a pen name because this is how you will actually be paid and get, tax information. So here I've got, my company name, Same Page LLC, my company address, etc., bank account that I get paid on, and I needed to, complete the tax information. You'll need to do that as well to get started. So that takes care of just like the business part of setting it all up. Then I want to really just walk you through, and I've got a number of books here, published for myself and my clients. So I can just, give you some examples here. I really like Amazon. I really appreciate how Jeff Bezos actually opened up indie publishing. He's just changed it so there's no more gatekeepers. So I'm very grateful for that possibility. I mean, you can't easily sell your books at Walmart or at Target or whatever. That still's got some gatekeepers, but Amazon has leveled the playing field. Okay, so we can look here and you can see, for example, my client's book, Dr. Greg Hammer, which I launched this book for him May 15th, 2020. It became a #1 new release, a #1 bestseller on Amazon in the category, his category, medicine and psychology. So you can see here the price is $4.99, and you can see that AISN, that's the number there. Or you can even see like there's different prices here, because Amazon distributes worldwide, not just in the US. And you can see these books are live and the dates that they were updated. Now, one thing that it took me a while to notice is that you always have to, this has got live with unpublished changes because I made a change just a second ago. You have to, be sure to press, yes, I'm done. Okay, so let's just have a little look here so that I can show you what it would be like when you set up your book. So it will more or less look like you'll be going in to create the book details. In this case, I can show that to you by editing the book details. Some of these details you cannot change. Most of them you can, though. The language you cannot change. The book title and the subtitle do not change. And here you can put the author name, so that would presumably be your name. If you put other contributors here, you may want to acknowledge a co-author, your editor, your book cover designer, your publisher. In the case of Dr. Hammer, I introduced him to Dr. Bernie Siegel, who's a New York Times bestselling author. So he acknowledged him at some points, and some points didn't want to. So that was possible to take on and off. And you can see there's categories here for author, editor, foreword, illustrator, introduction, narrator, photographer, preface, translator. So you can acknowledge these people. If you acknowledge them, it will show up on Amazon. I think it's great to acknowledge people, and then that gives more people who want to say, hey, his or her book is coming out. Then you want to really pay attention to the book description. It is actually a little hard to read here because it's written in HTML. So And this you can change. So when his book won an award, I went in here and put award-winning book, IPI, #1 new release, medicine psychology, and that's just HTML. So you want to really um, um, give some thought to this. What problem does your book solve? How can you communicate clearly who your ideal reader is? How can you convey social proof? I mean, in the case of Dr. Hammer's book, he had the foreword by Dr. Bernie Siegel, New York Times bestselling author. So that was great. He had an award. So that was great. #1 new release. That was great. And I added these things as they came up. And you can also just check this book or other books on online to see. So you need to indicate that you own the copyright. I don't have to worry about public domain right now. So then you would you need to enter 7 keywords. I recommend that you really play it straight across the plate. Don't try to be tricky. Just think, if you were looking for a book like yours on Amazon, what would you look under? So you can have a look at these keywords, and you're allowed 7. So we put happiness, psychology, burnout, resilience, Stanford wellness, medicine, and healthcare. What I recommend is that you choose some narrow words, like I chose Stanford wellness for him because he's involved in the Stanford Wellness Center, and then some broader words like happiness or burnout, so that you can both have a broad net and a narrow net. Then on KDP Amazon, it makes it very clear that you can choose 2 categories, but you can actually choose 10. That's it's not something they actively encourage, so I'll tell you the secret sauce to do that a little bit later. But a category is the other books in the section that your book will be. So see, where does your book belong? What other books are in that sort of family, so that you can put your book in the appropriate place. I remember what was the book by Wayne Dyer? I'll think of it in a second. Anyway, it got in the cookbook section, which it was not right. Or was it in the sensuality section? Your erroneous zones. I think it was misunderstood as your erogenous zones, which was a play on words, but then it got in totally the wrong section and people didn't find it. Okay, so you want 2 categories. If you look on Amazon, you can, it's a little hard to see the categories sometimes, but a great resource that I really like is Publisher Rocket. Dave Chesham has got free videos you can check out on YouTube. And if you go to publishrocket.com, he's got some free tutorials. And then the program is very inexpensive right now. I think it's under $100 for lifetime use. So that may change. But it really quickly saves you a ton of work of checking out the categories and the keywords. Okay, so it's not if it's a children's book, you have to specify this. And then you can just save it as draft if you're not sure, or you can save as continue. Don't have to worry, because your book won't be published until you press publish, which I don't recommend you do until everything has been double, triple, quadruple checked and you've done your 6 month or at least 3 months pre-sale buzz. Okay, so this is what you'll see next. So how is my Kindle ebook affected by digital rights management? So you can decide what you want to do there. Then you would go ahead and upload your ebooks, which often the ebook will probably be a Word doc. Your softcover book will probably be uploaded as a PDF. And when you upload it here, you just press on that. And I like to have a naming convention because I get so many different versions. So I put the date. And in this case, we had changed the font size. So that's why it says Interior 11. So I think a very long name with the date and the name of the book, so that you can, 2 years from now easily go, shit, which one of these 50 files is the right one? And then you upload your cover. KDP Amazon's quite helpful. They have a number of cover guidelines if you want to do it yourself on a budget. They're super helpful. Then you upload it. It has to be a JPEG or a TIFF. And then it'll let you know that you uploaded it correctly. Maybe I will do this previewer, but it does take a second, but I might like to show that to you. You can preview it on your computer or on your Kindle. Now, one thing for you to know, it's very important that your book has a name, and it's not its title. It is the ISBN, which is the way that your book is identified. Amazon will provide a complimentary ASIN or ISBN. Ebooks don't need them, but I highly recommend that you identify every book properly, because it's part of, your copyright and intellectual property in my view. And I'm not a lawyer and I don't play one on TV, but that's my opinion. So here we have the number, the publisher, that's my company, Same Page LLC. And so then we can just save and continue. Oh, it's maybe going to launch the previewer. Let's see, that will take a minute, but you can just see it doesn't really take that long. A little bit slower because I'm also recording at the same time. This is so handy because you can see your book, how it will look on a tablet, how it will look on the phone. You can make sure that your pages are set up the right way. This is something you need to, on your copyright page, have your ISBN number, your copyright, and your name like that. On the softcover book, that's on the next page. And on the ebook, it's not. Okay, so there you can see there's the table of contents. There's no page numbers on an ebook because, of course, you can change the page numbers as you change the size, and you can click on any one of these things, and then it will go. Here, the one that I wrote with him, gratitude. Let's see. There you go. So it's nicely laid out by my interior designer, and then you can see how it will look different on an iPad or a tablet. All right, so you can check it. So that's very good. Okay, so, and you can change the font size for checking it. It's a really cool thing about ebooks, that my dad is having difficulty seeing, but thanks to ebooks, he can change the font size. Okay, I want to get out of this previewer. How do I do that? Hang on one second. Book details. Go to book details. Okay, please go back to book details. Go to book details. Okay, it's waiting now. Doesn't like it when I'm recording on Zoom at the same time. Let's see, get rid of this. Okay, so we'll demonstrated that so you understand how that works. Save and continue. All right, so this is the next screen that you will see when you set up your own book for publishing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about KDP Select in a minute. Let me come back to that. Typically, you have worldwide rights to your book, unless there's something strange going on. You might as well enter the Kindle Storyteller. And then here's what I want to point out. So there are different royalty rates. Obviously, it's better to get 70% than 35%, but sometimes there's some criteria to be aware of. So here it's quite clear that the book needs to be between $2.99 and $9.99, the ebook, in order to qualify for the 70% royalty rate. You can see that at his ebook selling at $4.99 retail, that the cost of delivering from Amazon, they charge sometimes a very minor fee. The royalty would be $1.75 at 35%, but at 70%, they charge a little bit for delivery, and his royalty would be $3.44, which I think is very, very excellent. Now, one thing you may not notice, but if you open this up, there's other marketplaces. So this book is in Amazon, in India, in UK, in France, So one thing that I learned fairly recently is that you can actually change these prices, which is the thing that I changed a little earlier today, and then I thought I would just show you. Like, to me, $4.44 is like a kind of a weird price. So why not make this $3.97? Same with this one. And you can, it says right there what the window that it must be within. And so then it's, psychologically quite a bit better and doesn't really make that much difference to us. And so just so that you know, oh, there's a Canadian price. So that's fine. Okay. So you can see here that some places it's the 35% royalty, and some places he's eligible, this book is eligible for the 70% royalty. Okay, so you could just do that. And now I wanted to also show you that it's very helpful here. They usually have quite a lot of explanation, and they have good help desk. And if you ask them to call you, they call you back in 5 minutes or 2 minutes. They're really, really excellent. So one thing, where is it here, is the KDP Select. So I talked to Dr. Hammer, and he actually would like to change to KDP Select. So I saved it to show you how to do that. Now, you do need to do it for a minimum 90 days. You can come out every 90 days. So visit the select enrollment page for details. Let's see, how do we do this? How do I enroll? So the benefit of KDP Select is people can borrow your book for free if they belong to KU, which many voracious readers do, and then you get paid on the page count. Okay, well, this might take me a little bit, so let's see what we can see together. Okay, so enroll in KDP Select. This is also what I wanted to point out. They've got these lovely price promotions available on Amazon that I recommend that you think through and take advantage of, so that you can sign your book up for a countdown deal or a free book promotion. I think you get, five days per 90 days, and that's very cool. So we'll just enroll in the KDP Select here, run an ad campaign. We'll get into advertising later. Amazon's got a platform of advertising. You can also advertise on Goodreads or BookBub. So that's also very good. So I'm going to enroll in here. Okay, so this will happen. You very likely want to take advantage of KDP Select. So we'll enroll in that. And boom, now it is enrolled in KDP Select. Well, that was easy, right? Okay, so we could do that sometime, but not right now. Okay, so let's just confirm. Remember, we need to be sure that we save it. Okay, so look, there we're enrolled September 3rd to December 1st, 2020 with his book. And see here it says live with unpublished changes. This is the thing I wanted to be sure that you know, to click here to publish updates. Because that's happened to me before, that I thought I had done, but I did not quite finish. Anyway, so these are the steps. I recorded another video that gives you the overview of 10 steps to publish your book, but I also wanted to record this second video for those of you who are more visual and who would like to just see it. Okay, so here we go. We want to publish your Kindle ebook. Press on that. And it does say that it'll take up to 72 hours. I want to warn you that it can take a week or it can take an hour. So I have had the experience of relying upon that 72 hours and it being wrong. So if you set your book publication date for, say, February 1, I would suggest that you actually plan on publishing it 3 days early, just in case. All right. And yeah, that was a pain in the butt. And they said it was because of the coronavirus, et cetera, et cetera. So now you see the live updates in review. And that is Amazon checks everything, make sure you haven't, submitted porn or something crazy. And then the book will go live. So the 10 steps to publish your book. Now, this is after you've written it, you've edited it, you've published it, you've got, you're happy. It says what you want it to say. You've written the front and back cover. You've got the title, the subtitle, et cetera, et cetera. And then you want to do these 10 steps, which I've just gone through in another video. But anyway, create your KDP account, upload your content, make sure you choose a book size that has expanded distribution. Go over the online checklist that I'll put a link to make sure your book's not missing anything, like the calls to action or your website or your author bio or your advanced reviews. Proof. After you've read your book 10 times, you probably need fresh eyes. So get somebody else to have a look at it. Upload your cover. to choose your 2 or up to 10 categories and 7 keywords. Check out Publisher Rocket, super helpful. You want to have a decision about your ISBN, ASIN, and copyright. I'll record another video about copyright to go in more depth on that. You want to create your book description. I should probably record another video to go into depth how to do that. And you upload your manuscript, upload your cover, check for any errors. You can take advantage of the previewer, set your price. You can tweak it for different countries. And you can change your price later. You can change whether you're in Kindle Select or not later. Mail yourself a physical copy, an author proof copy. Don't press publish. Just, you think you're all done, but don't press publish yet. I want to set you up for success, and I recommend a 6-month window of book promotion before you press publish, or minimum a 3-month window. And just about everything you put on KDP you can change, but the size of the book, whether the paper is white or cream, this is important to make sure that you get expanded distribution. I've once had a book that was lovely size, I thought, but I shot myself in the foot for worldwide distribution. Oh well, live and learn. All my mistakes become things that you can avoid doing. Set the publication date for your ebook. Right now on Amazon, you cannot collect money in advance for the soft cover. At least that's not automated online, but you can collect pre-sale revenue for the ebook. And then step number 10, monetize your message. You think you've done now that you've written your book, but you've just begun, baby, your whole adventure of becoming a thought leader, author, speaker, influencer. One thing I do want to mention is it's very important to get book reviews and advanced review copies and ARCs. I'll record another video about the ins and outs of that. But one thing I do want to warn you is that if you are enrolled in KDP Select, you may not have your ebook available anywhere else whatsoever. And that includes, offering it as a gift to people who want to give you a book review. Now, maybe they would enforce that, maybe they would not. I'm not a lawyer, still not a lawyer, and don't play one on TV. But I did want to warn you of that. I've actually taken my book, Thought Leader Launch, out of KDP Select for that reason, as I am now providing a gift copy for free of the ebook. If you go to thoughtleaderlaunch.com, you can get free starter library, Thought Leader starter library with the Thought Leader Launch ebook, an audiobook, and video training, 5 ways to attract capital, clients, and media coverage. And I may shift what is in that starter package at another time, but for now, in order to keep my I's dotted and my T's crossed, I've taken the book out of the KDP Select, and that was my thinking. So as you want to probably post your book various places to get advanced reviews, do that before you enroll in KDP Select. All right, I'm Aurora Winter, MBA, author of Thought Leader Launch, 7 ways to make 7 figures with your $1 million message. I hope this has been helpful and look forward to seeing your book published very soon. Bye for now.